Hi, my name is Ronnie Carras. This week's chapter 14, physical fitness, including heart health. For the textbook, I chose the case of Weimer versus the City of Baton Rouge. Basically, what this case is, in July of 2003, the City of Baton Rouge Fire Department implemented a wellness and fitness program while also calling for the periodic physical fitness testing of firefighters and an exercise regimen as well as annual physicals. One of the firefighters and then three other firefighters, as well as the local of this fire department, had filed a petition alleging that the program violated classification plans. And basically, the case was not held, and the Court of Appeals wrote that the record does not reveal anything in the program that could affect the firefighters' classification plan. And then there was no showing that the firefighters or the local unit would suffer any harm as a result of this program being fully implemented. The relevancy of this is about 10 years ago, Green Township implemented a workout regimen and included an amount of time you had to work out, which was 45 minutes, as well as annual physicals. The workout time was all mandatory. Um, but we had a certain amount of workout hours that we had to do, and we had to meet those in a quarterly fashion. If we were underneath those hours, we got reprimanded or write-up, however you want to look at it, documentation of conduct, we were talked to. But it didn't seem like a real benefit. It only lasted for a few years. Basically, guys were going in there watching TV, watching movies, just sitting on a piece of equipment, not really doing anything, not even breaking a sweat. So they kind of just went away from it. But with the annual physicals, those turned out to be a positive thing. We had one guy that was found out that he had a heart attack in the past, so that was taken care of. And then we also had a guy that he actually had to retire because he had some hearing loss issues and ended up getting disability because of it. For the recent case, I chose Jane DeCorgo. She was a psychiatrist in Virginia, and she worked for the state prison system. And she didn't believe that she didn't believe that she had passed the physical agility test that all the other prison workers had to do every year. So she alleges that she suffered financial and job-related injuries due to this. The relevancy of this is my department has a testing requirement to be hired. When I was hired part-time, I had to do the combat challenge, and when I was full-time, we had to do the CPAT test, which I'm sure some of you people are familiar with. But we don't have to have our secretaries do it. Our chaplain doesn't have to pass it, or somebody else involved in the fire service that's actually not a firefighter performing the duties that we perform. So basically, requiring all those employees to do that, including secretaries, mechanics, anything like that, to pass such a test, that's going to be a violation of Title VII. For the current event, I chose determining the effectiveness of physical fitness programs. Now, what this had to do with was there was a UC student in one of the classes hired. He interviewed one of the local fire chiefs, Doug Campbell, regarding the topic of the effectiveness of the physical fitness program. I used to work with Doug, so I know Doug pretty well. But in 2000, Delhi Township implemented this program, put it into their SOGs, talked with their union about it, and they had physical fitness requirements, and they also had to pass the annual physical, and then they also had a physical abilities test that they had to pass every year. If they passed this test, they were compensated $300 from the fire department. There was no standard, though, with this test. But like I mentioned earlier, the relevancy is we participate in annual physicals. We don't have any kind of physical ability testing, though, at this time. I think we're probably one of the few places that don't do this. One of the reasons I've heard is the administration doesn't know what to do if somebody doesn't pass this test. I'm not sure how they would handle that. I don't think they know how they'd handle it. I don't think they want to face that issue. But other places I work, they've made the annual physical ability testing the yearly requirement to stay on the job. When I worked at Coleraine, you had to do it. When I worked at North College Hill, we had to do it. It included like climbing, setting up ladders, dragging dummies, things like that. And you'll see. I think as the years go on, you're going to see probably most departments implement this stuff besides just annual physical. I'd like to see where we're probably going to be in about 10 years because I think we're going to have something like that as well. Thank you.